Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? It's Debbie Scott here, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brampton, Ontario. And it is Wednesday, June the 17th. How's everyone doing today? Just bringing it up on my iPad here and make sure it looks good. Alrighty, so this week I've been working with the Life in Bloom bundle. And I kind of forgot where exactly you find this, and then I realized when I looked it up in the catalog, it is part of a suite. So I thought I would just show that to you. It's part of the Valley in Bloom suite, which is the Lily of the Valley. It's got that beautiful Lily of the Valley paper. It has some specialty paper in it as well. And then if you turn the page, there is a scrapbooking workshop that coordinates with this as well, and that is where you will find this bundle. So it's kind of a secondary bundle to the main suite. Look at that, isn't that just so gorgeous? I kind of forgot about this suite, to be honest, but yeah. So that is where you will find this bundle here, and that's what I'm working with today. So the photo that I'm going to be scrapbooking is this one, my daughter, and well, it's not our puppy, but it's kind of our puppy. This is Charlie. So I have pulled in, as I mentioned, I didn't get the coordinating paper to go with this, so I have pulled in some retired papers. I thought with the check in her little jacket there, it'd be nice to have the check pattern on the paper, and then of course Charlie matches that pale papaya just perfectly. So these are in colors from a few years ago. Soft Succulent is this green color, and then there's this darker one is Evening Evergreen. It was one of my favorite greens. I was super sad to see it go. And then this is Pale Papaya. And the paper that I'm bringing in is Pansy Petals. And I just bought a little sampler packet of it like years ago. This is super old paper. But I really liked this one because of the check. It had check patterns in a bunch of different colors. I really didn't use a whole ton of this paper. But yeah, so I pulled it out today. So I have a 6x6 piece here, and then I have, what is this? 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. And I'm just going to stick that down. I love a good check pattern. So cute. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and mat this photo. The artisan design team actually just did an Insta hop with mixing old with new, and I didn't participate because we had lots going on, and I just didn't have time to get it all ready to go. But this would have worked perfectly, mixing old papers with new bundle. Okay, so the next thing that I did for my title is I pulled in this stamp here, enjoying the simple things in life. I thought that kind of worked perfectly here. And I pulled out my scrap paper from these old ink colors, and I have this specialty paper in the Soft Succulent. So I went ahead and embossed with white on that scrap paper. and I really like how it turned out. So then I have stamped just the top portion of this stamp right here. And I'm gonna kind of just tuck those in around my title. So as you can see, having those white flowers there really makes my title pop off of my page. So first I had tried it in white and just stamped in the darker green. And then I didn't quite like how that looked. So that's when I decided to switch it out for the green. And I really like that. I think that looks good. So I'm going to, no, before I lay that down, I was going to adhere it, but not yet. I did die cut. I really love this image, or this die, pardon me, this one here. So I've die cut that in the Evening Evergreen. And I put some adhesive sheets on the back, and then I just cut it in half. And that is going to tuck underneath. We're gonna lay that down first. Okay, so I think that's where I want that to go. Let's see, I think that's centered. I think so. So I'm going to go right about there. So I'm going to trim that off. After we're finished. So this day we were having family photos done, and then after we were all finished, Addie wanted to get one with the dog. So this is my father-in-law's dog. Okay, so I can kind of measure with the checks how far to go down. So 1, 2, 3, we're on our 4th row of the soft succulent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of about there, I would say. And then I think we'll put some flat adhesive here, and then maybe a few dimensionals. So as you can see, this one is going to stick off the top of my page, which I don't mind because my page protectors are top loading, so that's not a big deal. If you were side loading, then you could just trim that off straight. I think I better adhere my photo next. So I'm just trying to measure up. That one's at 5, yeah, that looks good. That might be a little bit high as we put these in. How does that look? Actually, I think that, well, maybe I do need to bring it down just a tad. Because it's going to be quite top heavy, this layout. Got a little kitty hair. looks good. So I'm gonna put this on next. So I was thinking I was almost finished my 52 Favorites album. And then I kind of went through my photos yesterday and wrote down all the ones that I have left so I could actually visually see it. And there's quite a few left, actually. Quite a few weeks to go. We'll see. I may not scrapbook everything that I wrote down, but I want to have some sort of idea. So I don't know if you've heard me mention this before, but the dimensionals that come in our kits are a smidge thicker than if you just buy them by themselves. So I am just grabbing a bit thicker ones here. These ones I used the thinner ones. And the ones that come in our kits are usually minis as well. Oh, I've got an extra. So it doesn't really matter that they're different thicknesses, but it's just something to keep in mind when you're layering your elements. Since these were popped up a smaller amount, I just wanted to use the bit bigger ones. You just wouldn't want to do it the other way around. You wouldn't want your bottom layer to be with the thicker ones. Just want to see. Want that up a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I can't go up too high. There. It kind of, oh, that's very good. There we go. It kind of makes this look crooked. Maybe I should have put this down lower so it came, so it was like even with the end of the word here. I don't know if I can change it now. Probably not. Well, maybe. No, I don't think I can. I'm going to just leave it. So then I've stamped this. So that's just this little arrow here, and I stamped it in soft succulent. I just stamped off so it was a bit lighter. I did that also with these flowers as well. I forgot to mention that. And then I stamped this over top with the evening evergreen to pull in a bit more of that darker green. Then I cut out, I die cut this just as a plain one and wrote my date on there. Whoops, that really went flying. That's gonna go about there. And then this one, we're gonna need just a smaller dimensional because we don't want to overlap this. I'm sorry if you can hear the people upstairs. They're being loud, talking, and there's some construction workers up there. Alrighty. So we've got that on there, and then I also die cut some of the little flowers. So that is this one here, and it's one die. I did show this on Monday too, but one die that cuts out 4, so I just had to run it through twice. So that's kind of nice when they do that with the small little dies. And I did put some adhesive sheets on the back of these, which I thought would be a little bit easier, but there we go. Sometimes they're a little bit of a pain to get off. So I'm just going to place those around my layout. I kind of thought if I used the adhesive sheets, then if I didn't necessarily want to put an embellishment in the center, I wouldn't have to cover up my glue dot. There we go. So next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to work with yet. Sometimes I wait until I see the Global Design Project Challenge and see what I have that'll work with it, and then that's when I decide what to create. Other times I like to plan ahead. So where you are the kids finished school? Our kids have a little bit left, but Addie will be very happy to be finished school. And the weather is starting to be nice. It's super sunny out right now. I see it is calling for rain later on in the day though, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, she'll be happy to be finished. There we go. Okay, so then I looked through my retired embellishments, since obviously these are all retired colors, and I came up with, this is actually peach pie, but I think it matches pretty much perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And then these, I have no idea. This probably came in a kit. And some of these kind of have a pink tone, but the ones that don't, I think they match pretty good. So I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle them around. These ones I'm going to put in the center of my flowers. I decided to go ahead and do that after I used the adhesive sheets, but that's all right. Well, hi Dolly. Thanks so much for joining me today. And then these ones I'm gonna just kind of sprinkle here and there, I think. I haven't been mixing embellishments, but then lately I just think it looks kind of neat. How about you? Do you mix your embellishments, or do you kind of just stay to one? Oh, got a little fuzzy in there. So I have two more that don't really have a lot of pink to them. Oh, that one doesn't want to stick. There we go. and then this center one. Those other three kind of, in my opinion, look kind of pinkish. Yeah, they have a bit of a pink tone, so I think I'm just going to leave those ones. There we go, so I will trim that. So you can see what it looks like. So yeah, just keep in mind when you see product in the catalog, you don't necessarily have to get the whole suite. It's always nice to use up some things that you have in your stash. So that's why I just went with the bundle. I didn't get all the paper and the scrapbook kit and all of the things. I didn't get the embellishments. For this one, I thought I'll just get the bundle and then use it with what I've got. And I'm quite happy with how it's turned out here today. So thanks so much for watching, and if you like my project, I would love if you give me a thumbs up. And until next week, I hope you have a great day. Bye.